I did the cooking and the cleaning and the groceries and the laundry, fed the cat and the dog, and someone stole my coffee. Got a gift for your mother that you probably won't like. Paid a bill, wiped her butt, broke up a couple fights. Then I just about lost my mind, cause we both took the kids to the park. And someone said to you, you are such a good dad.
That song goes on for a while, but I think you get the point. She works hard, so anybody telling her husband that he's a great dad is illegal. Wait, this rubs me the wrong way because how much resentment is living in people's homes where they are writing entire passive-aggressive show tunes just because someone complimented their man without including them? Because through this song, she's implying that either her husband is incompetent and unworthy of praise, which at that point, why are you still with him? Or he is a great father and you're just jealous that you're not the one being complimented. And it's not a competition, but do you guys really think that dads get more praise than moms do? Cause I've been a mom for a while, and before I was even a full-time biological mom, when I was just a part-time stepmom, I could not walk out the door without being told I was a great mom. Like, do y'all really think that when men are working overtime at the warehouse, dudes are just walking up to him like, you know what, Frank, you're a great dad? No, not in that environment. But crazy concept, when people go to a playground and see a father being involved with his children, it sparks joy. And sometimes people like to express that joy. And sometimes that joy doesn't include you. And the funniest part is that usually when dads do get complimented just for being dads, they find it more patronizing and annoying than we do. So he probably didn't even enjoy his compliment. A sign that you have a healthy relationship is that you not only speak well of your partner, but you enjoy hearing other people speak well of them too. It shouldn't be funny and relatable to do the opposite. If you find yourself getting spiteful hearing good things being said about the person you're with, marinating in that spite by writing songs like this is not going to resolve that resentment. Looks could kill, damn. So this is another example of a woman getting away with gross behavior just because of how much other women hate gamer dudes. I cannot think of a single occasion where it would be acceptable for a man to post something like this. Like, just imagine a young woman doing anything she enjoys. Maybe she's painting her nails, maybe she's restringing her guitar, and her boyfriend's just standing behind her with a selfie stick like, I'm so soft and flaccid right now, this is so unattractive. She's married to this man, so she had to know he has hobbies, and not every single one of those hobbies can attribute to her vaginal secretions. Like, chill. I swear it feels like women are all about enthusiastic consent until it's a man saying no to them. This partner shamer gets the no bottle. Bad partner shamer. Bad.
So my fiance called me today while he's at work, and he says, babe, I just threw up. So I go pick him up, and he's like, feverish. He's like shivering the whole way up. I had to pull over 3 times because he's literally barfing everywhere. Literally, like, he's like really dramatic when he's sick. It's just like constant whine and moan. He's sitting in my passenger seat, just shaking, shivering, moaning, whining, all of the above, barfing.
I won't make you listen to any more of that annoying voice filter, but this woman basically goes on to shame her fiance for, let me check my notes here, being violently ill. As she goes on to describe how he's shaking, he's groaning, he's vomiting constantly. Her whole focus seems to be on how annoying and dramatic he's being. The main thing that she and now hundreds of thousands of other women are dragging him online for, though, is that in his delirium, when he was in the restroom at the ER, he got so freezing cold that he started covering himself in hot water and I guess left some water on the floor. And that was so cringe and embarrassing for her because, of course, she is the victim of this situation. Keep in mind, she posted this little Comedy Central roast before she even knew what was wrong with him. In the comments, she and many others laugh hysterically at his pain. She continues to drag him, posting pictures of him at his most sick and vulnerable, as droves of women are now referring to him as Birdbath Boy. After all that, he ended up having the flu, which, if you don't know, does kill 2,500 young people between the ages of 18 and 40 every year. As a nursing student, she should know that, and she should also know that if you have the flu, it will attack every single other underlying condition you have and make them like 10 times worse. And if your reaction to that, to your person who you're supposed to love and protect and cherish, having the flu is to ridicule them and humiliate them at their lowest, when he didn't even do anything to you, then you're not ready to be a wife. I'm sorry. Could you imagine if it was more serious and those were the last videos she ever posted about him? And we wonder why men don't open up, why they don't live as long as women? And not for nothing, but I think we can all agree that if a man did this to a woman, he would be canceled. Let's all be intellectually consistent and just not do this ugly shit to each other. For now, I'm not impressed. Bad partner shamer. Bad. This video reads, when I told my homegirl to start treating him like shit, talking to him like a dog instead of a decent, respectful human being, and watch how he starts treating you better, showing real effort and making things work between y'all. 100,000 likes. The caption says, and guess what he started doing? The most associated search term with this video is dog. This lady really just saw what Andrew Tate was doing and was like, I like that. I'll do it, but for women. Also, is anyone else concerned about how she treats dogs? Like, I feel like I almost treat dogs with more respect than humans. Like, I'm joking, but I'm also a boy mom, so inside I'm like, no. So I go to the comments hoping that, like, anyone has pointed out maybe that this isn't very cool. Disappointment. Top comment only cares about her hair. Next one says, you gotta be both. Treat him like a king and then like a dog. He will forever be confused. This really does work. Exactly. This one says that's because their mom or parents used to be emotionally unavailable. Laughing emoji. Wait, hold up. Why was that funny? Can we talk about the fact that 177 people just admitted that they like that children are neglected by their parents because it increases their chances of receiving servitude through manipulation? Yep, he got too comfortable, so now you gotta make him feel insecure about your relationship with him. This really might be the key, no, for real. Showing him you're uninterested or don't need them makes them work harder. Gotta remix it and treat him okay sometimes so he can get his hopes up. I did it, it works every time. People don't believe you have to make them cry. You know what? I get it now. I get why men stay single. This is exactly why you hear guys telling each other, just work on yourself, king, because having to go through a relationship like this sucks, but then having to see them admit to doing it on purpose after the fact, this does not work. It sounds like another way that you're trying to make men responsible for forcing you to act out of character. If you treat your partner like crap, that simply is your character. No one is making you do that. Most of us, if we can't treat our partner nice, we just break up with them. If you can't be nice to someone, don't date them. Should be simple.
The whole time I was seeing him, I was kind of just using it as a psychology experiment. I didn't really like the guy. I more just wanted to see if I could break his heart. It was fun.
So did you break his heart then?
Just a wee bit. I hope I did a little damage. I like humbling men.
If you want to humble a man, just beat him in Mario Party. Don't create an entire fictional romance with him, dude. What the fuck? This is a weird thing, though, that I've seen multiple people, specifically women, brag about doing. They see a confident man, and they just want to see if they can break him down. I don't know what the term for this is. There's a lot of words that come to mind. Abuse is one of them, but she's trying to package this as a psychological experiment. But that's not how psychology experiments work. I don't think she used a single step in the scientific method, unless can women hurt men was her hypothesis, but psychologists have already proven that they can, so these findings are not necessary. Not to mention, there are definitely principles of ethics required for psychological experiments, and informed consent is pretty high up on that list. I'm pretty sure he didn't know that he was part of this little experiment. I don't think the academic scholar route of excuses is going to work out for you. But since she's interested in psychology, I'd love to educate her on some actual studies about men that are out there. Did you know that men receive state benefits and assistance at only 25% the rate women do? That depression affects at least 6 million men in America, and that they unalive themselves at 4 times the rate women do? And that 77% of all men struggle with mental health issues in some way. Trust and believe that this behavior is not humbling anybody. This is called narcissistic bullying, and it is a cancerous lump on the teat of society. Also, I really wasn't going to say anything about this, but just to end on a light note, ladies, you know how like you're trying on a new swimsuit or a romper and you accidentally like get lost in it and you end up like coming out of like 2 different holes and it's totally not on right until you like eventually figure it out? It looks like that happened with this outfit, but like she just never figured it out. She just went on the podcast like that. POV, your man was on cooking cleanup party last night and he thinks this is okay. Okay, so I already knew she was in the wrong because she's choosing to partner shame her man over what is so far the most asinine and unnecessary reason we have seen on this series so far. But as it turns out, she is even more wrong than I originally anticipated. So because I was actually very confused, I googled what happens if you don't seal every edge of the Tupperware. And according to culinary experts and food specialists, not only is what he did not harmful at all, but it's actually the best practice. If you're fully sealing hot food, you could be putting it into the temperature danger zone, which will cause bacteria to form on it so much faster because you're not allowing any air to cool it. Now let's assume the food had fully cooled down and he still did this. I still could not find a single study that shows that leaving a single tab of Tupperware is going to make it any more prone to pathogens. Now don't worry, we got the just kidding we're fine video. My favorite part of which is the caption, which reads, "Dying as we made this video, LOL." Ma'am, no you were not. No one died. You guys were not sitting there together, wheezing, falling down the wall, crying, laughing, tears rolling down your face at the concept of him putting the Tupperware away that way. That didn't happen, and you're psychopaths if it did. When mom picks up the toys versus dad. See, it's stuff like this that makes me gaslight myself and make me feel like the crazy person. Okay, because I did like a whole side-by-side spot the difference thing, and honestly, like, these two look the same. The side two pretty much look the same. The only difference I can really see, honestly, is that these baskets got switched in places. But apparently I'm wrong for that, because according to these commenters, these minor differences are actually heinous atrocities. Literally, he can remember every player for 30 sports teams, but can't remember where toys go that he looks at every day. Okay, I'll tell you what, if your kid's toy area gets a fan base as big as any sports team, you can make that comparison. And says, this is exactly why I tell Daddy not to pick up the toys anymore. See, and this is where we have to stop and ask ourselves, how much of it is weaponized incompetence and how much of it is us shooting ourselves in the own foot by refusing to compromise on how things are done? Because I'm gonna venture to guess that she didn't bother asking him why he arranged the room that he did before posting it publicly and making it all of our business. Because one look at him getting first kid, under a year vibes, dude probably can't even stand. We're dealing with a quadrupedal ass motherfucker. These are equally developmentally appropriate. But the other thing I noticed is that her first hashtag is stay-at-home mom life. So you're telling me that for 8, 9, 10 or more hours a day, this man is away from the home doing a totally different job than you. And then when he does get home, which does not excuse him from parenting or domestic labor at all, but you expect him to do the job the exact same way as you? She's actually a serial partner shamer. Check this out. When I take the trash out by myself and don't text him, you seriously had one job. Caption says, but for real, he always forgets to take the trash out before work. If he's on his way to work, I don't think the trash is his only job. But no, you should be very proud of not texting that to him and posting it publicly to social media behind his back instead. All these little videos are signs of a growing resentment that you have toward your partner, and we don't need to be part of that, because while these likes and comments might feel good for a little bit, it's only going to make it worse. Because this is like the easiest year you get as parents. This took 1 minute and 18 seconds unsupervised. Instead of shaming each other as new parents, hold each other close, because you are going to need each other.